Good morning, YouTube friends. It is Monday, February the 5th. I just wanted to kind of start the day and let you all know I am doing a week on the Simply Filling program from Weight Watchers. So I picked up this booklet actually a couple weeks ago when I wanted to learn more about the program. And then on Saturday, I went ahead and talked to my leader about it. And she spent a few minutes. She just sat me down. This goes through all of the different Zero Smart Point foods that you can have on the program. So you can get this in your meeting, and then also allegedly they have all this information online. So I'm going to look for that for you guys and try to link it below. So my leader said, pay attention to that. She said also the goal is to eat when you're hungry, and then you want to eat to a soft full. That is what she called it. She said you don't want to be stuffed. You want to be satisfied at a soft full, so like content. So I had my first day on this yesterday. I'll talk a little bit about that, but first of all, let me show you breakfast. I'm going to take you with me through the day of all of my eating, and at the end of the day, I will also show you guys my planner set up for the week. Here is Monday's breakfast using one Smart Point. On Simply Filling. So I have my coffee. It has half of a cup of Silk almond milk for 0 points, 3 tablespoons of Coffee Mate sugar-free vanilla creamer. The creamer is what the point is coming from, so 3 tablespoons is 1 point. I have 2 dropperfuls of the stevia vanilla. I get my stevia from 3 different places. I get it from Sprouts, which is a local grocer here where I live. I get it on Amazon. That's where I get my sweet drops. And I also get stevia from Trader Joe's. We have one about 45 minutes away. Honeydew melon. This melon is so ripe and delicious. 0 points. And then I have a frittata that I made for the week. This one actually has the crock-pot chicken and black bean and tomato mixture that I made and showed you guys on Saturday. This would be 0 smart points and is Simply Filling. So, 1 Smart Point. Good morning again from the car. I'm gonna vlog in the dark today. If you're new to my channel, I do have mornings that I go in very early and it's dark, especially during the winter. So I just put the camera on and chat, kind of like you're a friend in the car or I'm on the phone with you. So feel free to use this time to spiffy up the house, or I think Gina Pearson says she lays in the bed in dark and listens to me chit chat. So yeah, whatever you need to do, go for it. We probably will get a little bit of light here because it looks like the sun's starting to come up. I hope you all had a good weekend on Weight Watchers and just in life in general. I had a fairly stressful weekend. I've had kind of a lot of stress lately. I didn't tell you guys this, but last Wednesday my dad had surgery, and they live in Florida. They live far from me. And the surgery was supposed to be pretty uncomplicated, but he had, kind of a scary moment there. So I just hate being so far away from him. So that was stressful on Wednesday. It doesn't really have anything to do with Weight Watchers, so I'm trying to keep this channel pretty focused on my weight loss journey and not go into too much of my personal stuff, but it's gonna seep in a little bit here and there. So I did want to bring up the chickpea. I did make some roasted chickpeas on Saturday and counted them as part of my 0 point day. And then I had a couple of people ask about that. So what I did was message Weight Watcher. Actually, I went on chat, which you can do on your Weight Watcher app. If you go to profile and to settings, it says help. If you hit that little help, button on there, it will take you to 24/7 chat. And I spoke with someone named Sharon, and which is funny that I remember her name because I don't remember anybody's name. And I asked her about the chickpeas, and this is what she told me. She said, if you eat them with something else, they're 0 smart points. If you eat them by themselves, you need to count points. So I said, so if I have them with a snack, like with, you know, carrots and a hard-boiled egg, she said, yeah, you can count it as 0. And I said, and if I don't eat the carrot and hard-boiled egg, or I don't eat them on a salad, she said, yeah, then you count smart points. That doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, honestly. But be careful. And then I said, okay. I said, well, that doesn't make a lot of sense. And she said, let your weight loss be your guide. So there's the official Weight Watcher answer on that. With those, if you're going to be tempted to eat, you know, 4 cans of chickpeas as a snack, that's going to be counterproductive. I made a can of chickpeas and I ate literally a handful of them and I was over it. But maybe for you guys, there'll be a big temptation and you'll want to eat 4 cans of them, and I would advise against that based on Weight Watchers advice to me. Yeah. I had a couple people ask me about the yogurt sort of mousse that I made with the sugar-free, fat-free, 0% Fage yogurt and the sugar-free, fat-free Jell-O. You don't need to add any other sweetener to that, and in my opinion, it takes away the tart taste. It is really yummy, and so I'm going to try some other flavors. And like I said, that was an old core recipe that I had from a long time ago. You can use, you know, the lemon, the lime. I mean, you could really, I think it'd be good with lime. It'd almost be like a key lime type pie type of thing, so I'm going to try that. And it is a very, like, airy kind of light dessert. So, be great topped with some fruit, you know, whatever you want to do with it. So, yeah, have fun trying that. My frittata this morning, I used the crock pot chicken. The chicken, I put some of the black beans in. I had chicken and rotel, Mexican spices, black beans, and I put that in my egg frittata with a half of a cup of the cottage cheese for the whole pan. And there are 6 servings in there, so I'm counting 0 smart points for that. All right, next up is lunch. Here is my lunch. This is the soup that I prepped yesterday. It is a chicken noodle soup with chicken broth, chicken, carrots, celery, onion, and then I put in some of these edamame noodles I've shown you guys before, which on Simply Filling, these noodles are 0 smart points. So this bowl of soup is 0. And then I also have a banana for 0. Then I have one of my chocolate sugar-free, fat-free pudding with yogurt, little desserts that I've been making with the sugar-free chocolate syrup on top. That is 1 smart point and a 0 point Dr. Zevia. So 1 smart point for lunch on Simply Filling. Just as a side note, this is the first time I've used the chocolate pudding in the yogurt, and it is so good. I did 1 serving of the sugar-free, fat-free chocolate pudding in with a half of a cup of the Fage 0% Greek yogurt, and then I put some just plain Splenda, and I topped it with this sugar-free chocolate syrup from Hershey's, which 1 tablespoon of that is 0 points. Anyway, it's very much like a cheesecake. It's so delicious. Hello! It's time to take this cat scratched face home. I have a scratch right here. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I had a great day on Simply Filling. So what I did was, after I ate my soup and my sugar-free pudding thing that I made for 1 smart point, I was comfortably full. I was almost a little past that. Normally, I would still eat the banana and go into like full land, like I'm full. But I didn't. I put my banana away and I told myself, you know, this afternoon, if I am hungry, I will have it as a snack. And I was not hungry all afternoon. I felt very content. I'm actually a little hungry right now. So I'm thinking about having my banana, or I have 2 hard-boiled eggs. But I felt very satisfied all day on, you know, my breakfast and my lunch. And it really is just sort of that head hunger thing where you're like, that would be good to have a banana too. And then realizing you don't need it. So that was good. I felt like, I remember the old trackers back in the day when I tried Core. I think I told you guys I tried Core for a little bit. And it's cool because you can flip back and forth. So if you feel like, okay, I just can't do Core, I can go back to freestyle, you know? Sorry, I'm on the trolley track. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. But the old trackers, excuse me, had the healthy, sorry, I'm choking, had the healthy habits. Okay, so the old tracker had the healthy habits boxes that you could mark off as you go, and they were like, you know, I guess kind of based on like food pyramid-y a little bit. I don't know why they got rid of those, but it was like your 5 fruits and veggies, your 2 oils, your dairy. Like they recommended 2, but they had 3 boxes. And then it also, from what I remember, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, it had a place for you to write down if you felt hungry, satisfied, or full, I think. Or that was on some sort of tracker. It might have been on one of the spiral trackers. And I didn't do a good job back then of, because I like volume, and I remember not really losing on Core. Like I enjoyed it, but I remember like way overeating. Like I would go and have steel cut oats, which I love for breakfast, and you know, I would have them for breakfast, and at night when I wasn't even hungry, I would have them for dessert. It was just it was like too much. And I recognize that now, but I think my mind back then had been set to, I have this many points, so I'm going to eat up into my points even if I'm not hungry, which I think is what they were trying to correct with Smart Points. So here's kind of what I think right now, and this is day 2 of me doing Simply Filling. I think there's a bigger food list and less Smart Points to use, okay? So to me, it almost seems like it has more of a limit on what I'm going to eat off of the list than Freestyle. So I feel like there's more variety on the list, but then more of a limit of things off the list. So like I have 42 weeklies, so you know I could do 6 weeklies a day, or I could have them all for a special meal, or for wine, or you know how much I love Halo Top. So and as long as I pay attention to being, you know, soft, full, you know, satisfied when I'm eating, I should be in good shape. And then if I see myself going off into cuckoo land, I can switch over to freestyle, I guess. I don't know, that's what I'm thinking. I definitely felt like today, like I've had 2 or 3 points today. I need to look at my tracker, but I definitely felt like, okay, you know, I can use about 6 points today, but if I don't use 6 points, then I'll have room for Halo Top at the end of the week and a glass of wine or something like that. And I don't know, it's cool. Like I feel like my mind is sort of shifted a little bit. So next up is dinner. I have a leftover hamburger that I made yesterday, so I'm going to have that on an English muffin with a sweet potato for dinner, so that sounds delicious. And then I have some scoopable apple pie stuff that I'm going to try out. I made it yesterday, but I didn't try it yesterday, so I might have that for dessert if I'm hungry. See you guys at dinner. We are in dinner making mode. The guys are having tacos, right? But I have been wanting a hamburger for a few days, and so I am having a, wow, look at the shadow. here's my hamburger. The 96% lean ground beef, simply filling with some lettuce. I decided to put some sugar-free barbecue sauce on this instead of ketchup for 0 smart points. Then I have the fat-free Kraft mayo, 0 smart points. A little bit of mustard, and lettuce, tomato, no cheese or anything, and a ginormous sweet potato. Remember, I'm eating until softly full, so we'll see how much of this I get in. I have a couple of them here that I had meal prepped yesterday, so whatever I don't eat, I will save for another meal. And I forgot to tell you all that I had my hamburger on a Thomas English muffin. So I toasted this, and it was absolutely delicious. This is Simply Filling. You guys can look this up on your app to see how many points it is. But it's so nice to not have a bunless burger for once. Sure enough, I only made it through about half of that sweet potato. It was so huge. Until I got to that full, feeling. So I decided to wait 20 minutes and just, let my body kind of register. It's so good that I want to keep eating it, but I'm not. I'm gonna go put it in the kitchen. And the guys are finishing up their tacos, and we're just having kind of one of those hang out all over the house type of nights. And I'm actually watching the Food Network. What is her name? She lives on a ranch. Ray Drummond. If you've ever read her book, I love her book, her biography. I'll put a picture of it right here. It was one of my favorite books to read I think it was last year or the year before. We took a road trip, and it's all about her meeting Ladd and getting married and living on a ranch in Oklahoma. So anyway, I'm watching Food Network and trying not to eat anymore. Okay, I just finished meal prepping and putting this salad together for the rest of the week. This is the one thing I didn't get to yesterday. And I was going to make a quinoa salad, but instead I went for this. This is an old core recipe. It's 2 cans of black beans drained, 2 cups of frozen corn, a half of a red onion diced, a half of a red bell pepper diced, 2 cans of albacore tuna, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, cumin, salt, pepper, and then what I put on it, I put a couple tablespoons of lime juice, but then I also found this spray. It's the lime oil-free dressing spray, and I sprayed that all over. So 30 pumps is 5 calories. So anyway, on Simply Filling, you can have 2 teaspoons of oil a day. So this has 3 servings of the oil. But this is quite a huge salad, so I'm going to divide this up. Totally protein packed, all simply filling. So I just wanted to have one alternative to you all saw my chicken soup earlier that I could take to work this week. So very excited about that. This is one of my favorite salads, and I haven't had it in forever. The key to that salad is making sure that, first of all, the corn is frozen. Second of all, that you refrigerate it overnight. And I use probably about a tablespoon of cumin in that. And it just turns out great every time I've taken it to different potlucks, and I really just haven't had it in years. You could definitely wrap that in one of those extreme wellness wraps that I showed you guys over the weekend. You could have it on top of lettuce if you wanted to, or you can just have it by itself. So I'm going to show you guys my planners for the week and then wrap things up. I am definitely satisfied with that half of a sweet potato right now. If I have anything else tonight, I'll probably have, I don't even know. I just can't even think about it right now because I'm so full. Maybe some yogurt with some pineapple. So here is my fitness planner. Remember, this is the Recollections planner that I got at Michael's, and I have put an Erin Condren cover on it. And we are starting off the week. So obviously I have not filled this all in, but I will show you sort of what I've done with it this week. Up here, I have sort of the plan, Simply Filling. This will be great for when I look back to sort of see how I worked this plan. This is the meal prep that I've done so far this week. Yesterday I made a frittata. I made chicken noodle soup. I have some black bean soup left over from last week. I made scoopable apple pie. Today I made a black bean and corn and tuna salad. And then I made those little pudding cup desserts that I'm in love with right now. Things that I've been doing to plan for the future: printing out recipes, working on my Happy Planner recipe book, and then working on my Lenten plan. The stickers I used this week were from the Fitness Pack, $14.75, and from the $7.25 Color Story packs. This is my quote for the week. Never let a stumble on your road be the end of your journey. So yeah, basically, instead of pre-planning, I'm gonna go and write down what I've eaten every day. I want to do it a little bit differently than what I did last week. Last week, I had a couple days where I didn't do quite as much of the journaling that I have been doing in here, but I did track every day. So step-wise, I didn't get any steps. No, that's not true. I think I got like 4 or 5,000 yesterday. So I'll have to go back and write that. Remember, my foot's been hurting. But I did really well up until I hurt my foot on Friday. Even on Friday, like, I got my steps before I hurt my foot. So you can see that I had a good week step-wise. But yeah, anyway, I also have, this is sort of what's traveling through my planner with me, is this old weigh-in book that I found from 2016, where I only made it, it looks like maybe a couple of weeks. So I started and I went for 2 weeks. But my start weight in this is what I have kept this. It's at 275. So that was just a couple of years ago, you guys. So anyway, I thought this was good motivation. I don't want to see that number again. Here is my weekly planner. Again, I'm just using stickers out of the sticker packs. I use the holiday pack and the productivity pack. Oop, they're coming up already. Basically, I just have my work schedule in here, and then I add in as I go. So yeah, Weight Watchers. I just love these little quotes. They're so cute. And then I just added some floral stickers that match. So, and this is just washi from like a Michaels, like a big pack of washi from Michaels. And I'm sure I have shown you all the Happy Planner recipe book. This is what I have been working on a little bit here and there as I can. Handwriting out recipes takes a while, but today I was looking up old recipes that I used back in my core days, and I was looking over on the Bootcamp Buddies website, healthdiscovery.net. So yeah, I just worked on writing out a few of some of my favorite pasta fajoule. Can't wait to try that. Mexican fiesta salad. That's what I was making tonight. And I always like to do little variations. So here's the Mexican fiesta salad I just showed you guys, and I added tuna and a few other things. Okay, so now I have collapsed on the bed. I'm kind of over it. So Monday is done. I'm just gonna go relax with my husband. He is not feeling well. I guess he got the bug that I had, which is a bummer. So, gonna go try to take care of him. Of course, he doesn't want any of my chicken noodle soup. Loser. He's not a soup person. So, yeah. Anyway, I had a great day on Simply Filling. Actually, really encouraged me today to be able to have a good day. And I love cooking. I love doing like meal prep and putting things together and trying new things. And so I think You know, freestyle actually really kind of propelled me into doing that, and then now Simply Filling is really reminding me of kind of like ways I like to eat and switch things up a little bit. So thank you all for watching, and I really appreciate your support as usual. I know I say that every time, but I mean it, and I will see you all probably tomorrow for another day of my eating. We'll see. We'll come up with something. So stick around and hit that little thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. That lets me know that, you know, you want me to continue in this vein of things. I hope you had a great on-program day, and I will see you later. Bye.